Hello everybody and welcome to the Rice and Howlett podcast. I am your host Edward Howlett, and to my right is my co-host Daniel Rice.
Hi, Daniel Rice. That is me. I just want to talk about what this podcast is going to be.
Well, we should start out by saying that we're actually two English guys. I felt a bit self-conscious and thought I'd pretend to be American
about your accent?
and hook you. But we're actually two people from place in England.
Diverse places, mate.
No, well, yeah, but where are we right now?
Oxford.
Shall we say Oxford? We go to Oxford University.
Oh, yes.
An Oxford University. Not the one you're thinking of.
One of the two.
Yeah. But we're done. Talk to me why we are doing this. Why we have decided to do this.
Honestly, we have some good conversations, you and I. We get up to some stuff, right? We get some dodgy conversations, mostly racist. On your part, my belief. We'll delve into this further, but we have some good conversations, and I've done a bit of artwork and stuff, which I'm not an artist per se, but it's part of the design we have is with the artwork, and our faces, Ed and Howlett and Ed and Dan, and that it's part of the podcast, and so these two aspects really work together well, and we finally got here. It's been what? When was the first time we mentioned it?
Right, that's the thing I was going to say.
It's a long time.
Do you remember the first time that we
we've talked about it a lot.
About this?
Okay. I don't think I do, to be honest with you.
Right.
Was it at mine?
No. It was in uni. It was the first week that we went to the Clerici building in university.
First week? Week one?
The first week in Clerici. So that was that was the first week of semester 2 last year. Yeah. People went into the loo and we sat in those chairs that were like booths. No.
Yeah.
Last year.
I know what you
mean. First year, semester 2.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Everyone went to the loo. We sat in the two booth kind of chairs that had a table in front of us.
I know what you mean.
And I'd only just recently found out that you were the devout Christian that you are.
Oh, of course.
And so I jokingly pretended like there was a microphone, and I was like, "Hello, and welcome to Bible studies." And then you joined in, and I was like, "This guy has good banter." And then throughout, you may be pitting me or things like that. Also, don't fucking knock the table. I was trying to do it subtly because I haven't got a shock mount on this. So it's probably going to come across as all doubly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you've had all of this, listeners.
Great hospitality.
But no, great banter and no. Should we explain some of them?
That is calm though.
And then
can you not knock stuff off the table, please? It disrupts the audio, so you know.
Since then. We have just gone on joking more and more.
But it's got more serious. That's the thing. As it's gone along.
Joking more and more, but then being serious more and more, until eventually just actually doing this.
Because I got to the point where I just said, "Fuck it, let's just go in."
Oh yeah, this will have naughty words.
I think we set 2 dates.
Yes,
which then didn't happen initially.
This is the third attempt.
Third date.
Date, yeah.
Was last night, and we just ended up sorting some shit out with audio and...
Speaking of which, Apple... the actual fuck? What are you doing? Why can't you just do something like YouTube that just click, please take our thing, please.
Why does it have to be so hard?
Honestly, it was so dumb. Fuck, it just made no sense.
I guess doing it, I mean, looking at the bright side of life, but it does weed out a lot of people who aren't 100% about doing a podcast and that, because...
I suppose, yeah.
I mean it's a minor positive.
We were pretty sure about doing this podcast.
It's been a long time building up to this.
And I was still very worried. We're talking over each other. This is the first... This is the first podcast.
Passionate, right?
We're going to have to build a rapport of how to do this. And it hopefully will improve. This is definitely ground zero. If you're listening to this, you're going to be lucky, because hopefully this will get better over subsequent podcasts and things like that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm pretty glad that we have decided to sit down and do this. Would you like to explain to the listeners our method for this podcast?
So, whenever we've had some great moments and great controversial topics, which, are always, a bit of fun to talk about and that. And we've always met in those situations when we've been drunk. It's straight out there.
It's a social lubricant.
Exactly. It just helps Ed get out his racism, it really just opens up the worst in him, which is the best to me. Oh.
We're not gay. We're not. We are not gay. From
an outsider, yeah, you might need to clarify.
We're two guys. We are sat reasonably close because I only have one microphone.
In Ed's bedroom.
In my bedroom. I actually hoovered yesterday.
Fucking hell.
I don't know if you appreciate that, but I did hoover.
I do.
I had a bit.
I
had a bit of a clean up. I have not cleaned my sheets in a good long time.
I don't blame you. I haven't done either.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
I appreciate the effort.
I had. Speaking of which, I had a massive argument with my friends when I went back home. There was 3 guys and 2 girls at a spoons table, and somehow the routine of washing our bedding came up. All of the guys said, "Oh, I don't wash it. Like, I don't wash it for like a month, 6 weeks. I wash it when it smells." And the girls were like, I wash it once a week, and it's just the way that's the way it's gotta be. You wash it once a week. Yeah, and I told my parents and even my dad. My dad has a penis, and he said,
"No shit.
I wash mine every week." He washes his towels every 3 days as well. He's like Sheldon with his towels. He's very particular about his towels.
Yeah, when I go home with my family and stuff, we have numerous towels on a towel rack and stuff like that, and we constantly, when one gets like too wet and too dirty, we often it's just a constant cycle of towels. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had towels changing like every few days and that. But I washed my towel for the first time the other day in months. I don't know. Since Christmas, maybe.
I had cold sores on the side of my mouth a while ago. And for those of you who don't know, we do biomedical science at Oxford University. So we know about biology.
And Oxford, yeah.
Yeah. We're not dumb. And so I saw these cold sores, and I was like, oh my god, that's caused by HPV, which causes genital warts. And I was like, what if something on my dick? I don't have genital warts, but what if something growing on my dick
toilet
was growing on my face? So I washed literally everything in there. It was
seriously?
Quarantined twice. just to see if anything was like bad. And then it just turns out it was irritation from eating too many cranberries.
Yeah, it's not always HPV.
Yeah, it's not always HPV. It's not always HPV. But it was just me scratching. But no, speaking of which, I thought I had throat cancer from smoking a cigarette once or twice, and it turned out to just be tonsillitis.
Wasn't that from
I'm
a
scaredy
night?
cat. Yeah, it was drunken night.
Yeah.
We have some very
interesting. Let's just say interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But part of our university course where I met you, we have some really scary photos and scary things. For example, the picture of the baby that had like alpha or beta thalassemia.
Oh, it was literally like a fetus, and it was like discoloured.
A balloon. It was a balloon, in my opinion. It's disgusting. It's really scary. Some of the stuff that we've seen and we have experienced as part of our thing. And speaking of which, I have a little list of things on my phone that I wanted to talk to you about.
It's not pictures, is it?
No. One of which is: do you feel blessed to be English? Because there was a map of where thalassemia is prevalent, and it's basically everywhere apart from the British Isles.
Because that's part. It's everywhere but Northern Europeans is what it had on the lecture sites. But
are you blessed to be English for that?
That's a big question. That is a big question. You're talking about medical reasons.
Well, that was my initial thing, and I was thinking, oh shit, most of the world speaks English.
Yeah.
Poverty is obviously there, but
wait, isn't that the most prevalent language Spanish or something?
You're chatting mad shit. You are chatting,
isn't it?
Mad people. No, it's probably Mandarin. It's probably the most widely spoken. I'm sorry if you're going to hear clicking.
Google,
but we're going to have to Google.
I mean, we've got to get our facts straight on here.
Fuck, I can't spell. Chinese
And then Spanish.
What the fuck?
Yes, I told you.
Spanish.
Chinese, Spanish, English, and Hindi.
Okay,
Arabic,
well,
Portuguese. But...
I've never gone anywhere where people don't understand enough of an English thing. I suppose I have gone to holiday resorts where there are a lot of
it's a holiday resort.
But like
so...
Cambodia and Laos, I spent a month over in Cambodia and Laos. Didn't have to learn a single word of Khmer or anything. You just use your hands, and most of them understand.
I mean, yeah, I get that. There's a lot of tourists who are English speaking, just from, I guess, wealthy countries like the US and stuff with a high population and a high sort of industry for tourism and stuff and going out on holidays and that. England as well. So I guess when you go out to sort of tourist places and that, you kind of get the idea of, a lot of countries speaking basic English because they need to in order to... The original question.
I feel very blessed to be born where I am. Poverty is very low, in my opinion, compared to other countries. Technology is great. We have a free healthcare service.
Yes, that is big. Bigger than we realise, I think, as well.
Like other developed countries, like America, you had to pay. You had to pay through the teeth
for surgery and stuff like. Because when I was young, I had my tonsils taken out and stuff, which would have cost thousands because that was surgery, that was putting me under and everything like that. There's a lot of insurance behind that as well, and we don't have to pay a thing. So yeah, I do feel blessed to be English. I do.
There we go.
Very much appreciate it.
What's the wildest thing you've done in your life?
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
The wildest thing you've done in your life.
Oh my words! I once had a shower with my socks on. Yeah, it's true. Once. I didn't like it. Never done it again.
Why?
But the once.
Why?
I was very tired. I didn't realise I had socks.
What?
I don't I don't sleep with my socks on, right?
Okay, good. Okay.
But this one time, I can't remember why. It was like years ago. I can't remember why, but one night I did sleep with my socks on. And I just, up for school, up in the morning, getting into the shower and stuff, took my shorts off and all that, and didn't realise I had just socks on, Just part of the routine. I didn't take my socks off and they were all wet and it was terrible. But that's the wildest thing. I mean, I've never broken a bone. I've never had massive struggles in my life.
I don't know. Right. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to Triforce and Misfits and things like that. And especially the Misfits, they have really just weird stories about being wild and doing drugs. And
but they do a lot of drugs and they do a lot of adventures and that.
Have I ever told you about the story from me coming back from Bath after I took acid? And it took 12 hours to kick me.
This isn't Bath, which you went to recently.
No,
I don't think you have.
It was okay. So it was the 31st of November.
Here we go. Oh, Saturday.
I took acid and it didn't kick in for 12 hours until I was on the train home the next day.
Alone?
Yeah. And then it kicked in, came home, and I was eating vegan at the time.
Right,
yeah. So I was cooking a mushroom risotto. Not a mushroom risotto. A mushroom stroganoff.
Okay.
And for that you need onions. And the acid was at its peak at that point. I'd walked all the way home. I probably looked like an absolute fucking loony. And people's eyes were inflating on the train. It was really one of the most fun times I've ever had on acid.
Oh yeah.
And then I was chopping up my onion,
screaming.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It was screaming. It was screaming. Please don't kill me. And I was cooking it, and it was screaming at me. And the worst thing is, I wasn't phased. I really wasn't phased because I knew I was at that point where I was like, this is all the acid. This is all the acid.
So you knew it was a trip and stuff.
Yeah, I knew it was a trip. So yeah, I've never had a bad experience on acid or anything.
Anything?
No, nothing. I've always been in an all right mental a mental state.
That's that's good. That's positive.
Oh yeah, because some people do have really bad.
But it's different every time.
Yes. Well,
I speak as if I speak from experience.
Yes, exactly. No, you're a little Christian boy. You're a little Christian boy.
Drugs.
Yeah, never. Mrs. Rice.
Mrs. Rice?
I'm talking to your mother now.
Oh.
He's been a very good boy.
She's...
No. Where's your mum from?
Don't impersonate my mother. Oh, gosh.
No, okay.
Let's not go there. Yeah.
Speaking. Right. So, yesterday he was like, this guy, Dan Rice, was like, you are really good at accents. You should really use accents in this.
Yeah.
And now I'm saying I want to use an accent, and you're stopping me. This is silence. You're silencing me. You are silencing me. Why are you doing this?
It's my mother, man. I just
Your
feel like
your family is not off limits, and you should know. I fucked his sister. No, I haven't.
Oh gosh, no, don't. It just saying that makes me. Oh, okay. Can we?
Yeah, let's move on.
So Hailee Steinfeld, yeah.
Hailee Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Right, I watched Pitch Perfect 3.
That's
for
an
like
easy
the
way
night...
to get him off a topic.
Yeah. I watched Pitch Perfect 3 when you left yesterday. I watched Pitch
Yeah.
Perfect 3 for like the 9th time in my life.
Of course.
Cheap Thrills, all of the main girls look fucking amazing. Like, after this podcast, I'm going to show you Hailee and Anna.
The ginger
and
one?
Anna.
Who's the ginger one?
That's Anna Camp, I believe. They all the main girls, apart from Rebel Wilson. Sorry.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Personality, guys.
Rebel Wilson looks good, but when she's surrounded by your Haileys, your Anna Kendricks, your Anna Camps,
I mean...
they all look fantastic. I showed Josie a couple of days ago because I've been on this massive binge of like High School Musical and things like that. They look fantastic, and Hailee, please marry me. Please marry me. Now
she will hear this.
I have just had a urination. So if there is an awkward gap there probably shouldn't be because I'm literally a pro editing. But if there is a problem, I just had a wee. And a little wank about Hailee Steinfeld. It's really quick.
It's all Ed's fault.
It's all my fault. I have a tiny bladder. Literally. I have the...
I think it's someone else then.
So, with my ex, she was a
Wow.
massive fan of Harry Potter, and she wanted to watch all of the Harry Potters.
Yes, me too.
Virgin!
I've read all the books like a few like 3 or 4 times through, all the films.
She wanted to watch all of the Harry Potters, and I just had the tiniest bladder. I kept on making massive cups of tea. Like, I still had this mug, Sports Direct mug. Anybody in Britain that knows Sports Direct mugs, how big they are, I have everything in that, and so I do nothing by halves when I drink. When I drink any liquid, it's big. It's big, and so that needs to get out of me very quickly. And I just every 20 minutes or so I was getting up.
Did you
and
ruin
she
the
hated,
film?
Yeah, no. She gave up on watching it on Prisoner of Azkaban.
Have you seen the whole series?
Oh yeah. I like him. I do like him.
Virgin. No, but I get what she's saying, because if you sort of invited someone round to watch, your favourite series and stuff, you want them to be as interested as you are. And if you keep going off the toilet and stuff,
you don't want me crossing my legs and you cuddling me or something. I don't know.
What are you on about?
I don't know. So we were cuddling,
yeah,
and then I kept going.
Oh, to go to the toilet, right? Yeah.
To try and hold it in.
To go to the toilet.
And so I just had to go to the toilet. Oh, no, so she wasn't very happy with me. Eventually, we'll just have a catheter and we'll just sit here for 3 hours until we get some good stuff.
That is the future.
That's the future. On to another one of my points that I came up with.
I have points. Carry on.
Where do you...
Oh, sounds deep. That sounds deep
already.
First of all,
where do you see
this
going in 1 year?
Okay.
And then where do you see it going in 5 years' time?
Well, you see, starting off with the 1 year.
Yep.
Ed here has an interview with a very prestigious
I wouldn't
company.
say prestigious.
It's a good opportunity.
It's a good opportunity for a sandwich. Yeah, a sandwich course, which is normally in England, your degrees are 3 years, and what I'm doing is I'm just prolonging that to be 4 years, and my third year will be in an industrial place.
Yes. Yeah, get some good experience.
Yeah,
because that is highly valued, and I speak that from a person who has no experience.
And he applied and didn't get it.
I didn't get an interview. And Ed here applied for the same thing and got an interview. 1 of 3, I think. 1 of 5. So that's pretty good. That's pretty,
okay. Cheers. But answer the fucking question, please.
Oh man. So if you get this this internship, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be 5 days a week. That could be on a Saturday and stuff. It's 9 till 4.
I would say.
Is it 5?
It tells me on the thing.
It's 4 days. It's 5 days a week. It's gonna be tough, And Ed here has early nights. He likes his own time. He likes his spare time. He plays games and stuff. He has online friends and whatever. And I don't know, because it's this podcast is a bit on you as well. It's your microphone. It's your computer. It's your editing.
Well, if I do get this,
I don't know how long it's going to be.
Immediately when we actually said, right, I'm coming around tonight to record, I instantly wanted to buy more equipment. Instantly. And so
Invest now.
if I do get this thing,
Patreon?
No.
No, okay.
Mate, well, let's see how many people we get.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's so much in my head right now.
Yes, go.
But if you do want to support us and make a Patreon, email Rice and Howlett, so RICEAND Howlett HOWLETT at gmail.com, and say I would like to support the podcast, and then we'll make a Patreon. But right now we're living off the
two guys
finance.
in a bedroom, and we're just enjoying ourselves. You know,
no one's gonna listen to this anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, if I do get the placement, I will buy new equipment, and then you can have this equipment, and then we can record it over the internet.
Hell, and that will be because I could just be at home then, and we could do
it. We could do it over the internet.
We could do it multiple times,
and then you send me the audio.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll cross that bridge. So if we do want to make this podcast continue, we will always find a way of doing it.
Yes. Okay.
So where do you see yourself
the podcast
in
that case
in a year?
Yeah. I see this as a great way for me to just chill.
Yeah. Okay.
I would, as you just said, I would love to just be sitting at home, recording by myself, and just you in my ear and stuff, just chatting, because I feel like with you, I can just chat shit all day long and not care.
Yeah.
So yeah. I in a year's time, I don't care where it is, to be honest. I just see myself still recording with you.
Okay. Well, I'm a bit different. I'm a dreamer, and I think the winter of 2019, we will be hosting Radio 1 Breakfast Show on the...
Here we go.
On the Christmas Eve and Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be doing a special thing, because this is going to blow up. This is going to blow up, and we're going to be famous, and then we're going to host the Christmas Eve and Boxing Day morning breakfast show on Radio 1, and it'll be like, hello guys, that was whatever the people are, the piece of a... So the song's come out, what's it called? Piece of a Love?
Oh, Peace of Mind.
No.
Peace of Mind? Piece of My Heart. Piece of My Heart.
Piece of My Heart. And that was Piece of My Heart by Medusa. There.
Great song, guys. Great song.
And that's why I see this within the next year. And then within 5 years, I'll be playing Wolverine in the MCU, and you'll be following me around all over the world.
I'll follow you around?
Yeah, recording the podcast with me.
Oh.
Because you're going to be a trophy wife. But
I'll take that, you know. As long as you've got money, I'll follow you.
Yeah, exactly. As long as I pay for your way. It's your time to ask me a question now.
Oh, what was that? Okay, yeah, shit. Yeah, have you heard of the new Brexit party?
No.
There's a new party that is formed like 2 days ago. So you know you have your old like conservative and all of this like liberal side of things. There's a whole new party called Brexit.
Okay.
You know you have these sort of like hard Brexit groups in the parliament and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Right? And guess who the leader of the party is? Come on.
Nigel Farage?
Yes, Nigel Farage is the party leader.
Right.
Of the Brexit party.
Right. Yes.
It came in after...
Is it just a UKIP reskin then?
Oh my word. But UKIP are saying, they've quoted on this, and they're saying that this whole thing is a vessel for Nigel Farage to get back into the politics and stuff. Because of course, you know, him and UKIP were a thing.
Yeah, they were a thing.
And now he's just gone on and made his own party with the Brexit thing. And it came into being after Theresa, you know, got another extension on the Brexit deal.
Yes.
Up until, what was it, August or something like that? May. But, I can't believe it. And apparently they've got like a list of 70 different candidates as part of the party.
That's not going to get any traction.
I don't... It all seems as part of a big chess game, you know, pushing Theresa towards a harder Brexit by making a whole new party.
It's going to focus.
I want to hear your opinion.
About
Brexit.
Well, I don't...
It's a big topic.
I am very misinformed about it. And unfortunately, I come from a privileged background. And so all of my grandparents and my parents were all Leave. They are very...
Wow.
They're people like that. And so I have been brainwashed to be pompous arsehole. And I was like, oh yes, of course we're going to leave the MCU, the EU, and it will all be great because we have so much money and we're going to get all of this money for the NHS. And then I actually did a bit of a.
Boy.
I'm saying to you, I didn't like to find things out for myself. I like to be told how to do things.
He said it multiple times.
Yeah. What I wanted to do was find something out for myself about Brexit, and then I realised that Brexit's not a very good idea, and I hope that it gets overturned. But the majority of people, even though it's 51.2%,
I don't think it's going to be overturned. I want it to be.
Yeah, I want it to be, but it won't be. As a student, I want it to be overturned, but it won't be, and I'm sure at the end of the day, we won't be fucked that much. We will always be okay, but I just think it should be so much less hassle if it just got overturned, but it won't. And I don't blame Theresa May at all.
No,
she is.
Theresa May is Remain, isn't she?
Yeah, she was a Remain, and then got dumped in this position. And it's just
a lot of pressure as well, because the whole Parliament and stuff is screaming for these, really beneficial deals to England and stuff. And these deals that the Parliament wants are terrible for the EU. These deals are terrible for the EU, so of course they're rejecting it. What the EU wants from us and what we want from the EU is totally different, and Theresa May is really trying to find a middle ground, and she can't do it without upsetting Parliament and upsetting EU.
Unfortunately,
there's a lot of pressure.
She's in a rock and a hard place, and she's doing an excellent job, but she can't do anything right in anybody's eye, in everybody's eye. So she's criticised for everything she does, literally. But I don't blame her at all. She's doing an excellent job, and I would have definitely quit. I would have 100% quit if I was being scrutinised so heavily. But not even people in England, people in America. Like, I was watching a Saturday Night Live sketch, and they're taking the piss out of her
because she is the face of these deals getting turned down and stuff, and not putting forward.
But she did do that referendum where she lost all of those seats. So she lost 10 seats.
Yeah,
and that did open the door to a lot of criticism.
But the thing is, she was again that she was pushed. She was pushed into that. No,
that was all her, and unfortunately, it didn't go so well for her. But she's doing an amazing job, in my opinion. And all the people bullying her, I'd say, you fucking have a go, you.
Yeah. It's definitely not an easy job. Definitely.
No.
But again, as you were saying, like you said you would step down and quit. But thinking about it from her perspective, if she quits as Prime Minister,
it will just make everything that's
crucial
gone over
time. Then what part is then she got to play in the future of politics,
But you've got to put yourself first sometimes. You've got to think about number one first sometimes.
But how are you going to get re-elected if if you left?
I wouldn't want to be I wouldn't want to be. If it's fucking me up in the head.
You would just leave politics altogether.
If it's fucking me up in the head that much, then yeah.
I mean, but
so if we get a job and I'm depressed, I don't want to work in that job anymore. So I would leave and then do some. She's probably got enough money. Like MPs make a lot of money. Yeah. So I don't know how old she is. I think it's better if we just spuriously chat shit and then we get shouted at afterwards.
Okay. Yeah,
and it's less clicky.
No,
I would have given up. No. I totally would have given up.
Totally, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, I think that's enough about politics.
Well, yeah, I didn't particularly want to go because
it was a big thing though. It was.
Yeah, no.
I had to say it. I'm not a big politics guy,
No.
I am only 19. I was too young to vote in the referendum, so I haven't actually
Ditto.
officially voted.
Little
in anything
babbies,
yet.
Are you even 20 yet?
I'm 19.
Yeah, he's still 19.
I'm 19.
Yeah, little babby.
But yeah. I did want to talk about something, and that is a burning question, because last time we were drunk together, which was Friday? Last week Friday.
Friday the 5th.
Like 8 days ago.
Yep.
A friend's birthday, a great night. And I want to clear something up with you. Who do you think Hispanics are?
Hispanics, in my opinion,
are
anybody that speaks a Spanish or a Spanish-sounding language, such as Portuguese. So I would say...
You would say...
South America, Portugal, Spain are Hispanics. And Mexico. I don't know why Mexico, if that counts as part of...
Mexicans are Hispanics.
Yes. So I would say South America, Portugal and Spain
are all
Hispanic.
Because what you were saying... last Friday.
Yeah. And was anybody that spoke Spanish? That's what I...
You said it was. You said it wasn't people who were Mexicans.
Really?
You said, yes. You said they may have had origins from Spain, but that doesn't mean they're Hispanic. And that caused something of an argument.
I think I was just shit stirring. No, because anybody that speaks Spanish or a Spanish sounding thing, in my opinion, is a Hispanic.
I think it's like people who like countries and stuff who have origins or majority origins from Spain. I think is what it's basically.
If you know and we're wrong, riceandhowlett@gmail.com. Tell us.
Please do. We're confused, but I think we're along the same lines now.
Yeah.
I was cautious as to where you were.
I can't believe I said that. I'm really sorry that I did say that.
Oh my words!
That's dumb. I'm a dumb person. I'm dumb. And I'm going to guess that Saunders was also...
But no...
Spanish shit then.
Saunders is...
our other friend that was part of the discussion.
He likes to stir shit, yeah.
He's
I think he was agreeing with you. And that was something I would have had a spat with you about. I'm glad you were chatting shit. It's fine. It's good.
Well, maybe I just didn't know. I probably was just too busy listening to the Spanish music. We were in a Spanish bar, and that's why this discussion came up. And
very nice bar, very nice. Cheap drinks.
I will give the listener 5 seconds to say why they think Vanessa Hudgens is from.
Who's Vanessa?
Gabriella from.
Oh yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's from the Philippines, and I thought that she was a Hispanic person.
That was.
But she's actually from the Philippines, and so all of you that didn't realise that, you're fucking racists. You're a racist person.
But they might have got it right.
Yeah,
you've got to applaud the people who think she was from the Philippines.
And if you did realise where she was from, you're fucking racist because race shouldn't even matter, you idiot.
What the fuck?
So you're all fuckers, in my opinion.
I applaud you. Okay, don't worry about him. It's okay.
Fuck. What are we going to call the people that listen to the podcast? What are the listeners going to be called?
No, this needs to be this needs to be a vote. That doesn't just include us.
Nah. this is our baby.
Okay.
You name your babies.
Oh well, we've got the podcast as the Rice and Howlett show. Rice being me, Howlett being Ed over here. It's I don't know if we can Rice and Howlett. Ricelets.
That's your name.
And your name as well.
Ricelets. Oh fuck, that's shit though.
It was off the top of my head. Okay, we've been given seconds to think about this. This is a very new thing for me. Ed's actually done a podcast before.
Yes, but that was with unwilling participants,
and that's hardly a podcast.
But they were chatting shit to me yesterday. They were saying, "Well, why don't you record a podcast with us then?" And I was like,
"Mate,
for 3 years, I was trying to make YouTube videos with these people and make podcasts with these people because I was really loving podcasts that I was listening to, such as the Yog Pod, Triforce, and people like that. And
big up.
And I was trying to get them to do a podcast with me. Nothing. They were always just shouting at me, calling me fat because I was fat.
You were. That's the thing. That is one thing I don't believe about Ed.
Yeah. I lost a third of my body weight.
It's insane because I've only known him. I mean, because you showed me pictures.
Yeah.
Of us, in our first week or something.
First week
of the year.
Yeah.
And you look a little bit chubby then, below the chin. I don't remember you as that at all. You know, you've always been fairly skinny to me.
Skinny.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you show me these pictures where you are literally you are ballooned up.
Balloon. I was a massive.
And you're saying this is 1 year ago. I don't believe it.
It's crazy. I even sent a picture to my old chemistry group chat of
I remember you
with
saying.
a bit of but I don't know. It's we'll probably cut this bit out or not. We'll see.
Who cares? That's the motto that I put forward to this podcast. We can delete the first 5 episodes and not even care.
Not even care.
It's not about that.
Not even think about it. Right. Burning question.
Gosh.
Burning being the main word there. How well done do you like your toast? Because there was a large bit of tension in my house.
In the household, it split the household.
Well, I like my toast really well fucking done. Not
words.
burnt, but it is.
No.
It's brown
No.
to the corners,
No.
everywhere perfect. And someone else I live with is very light and then we have like intermediates between those two.
Boy,
and,
right.
and it's just always it's a very large point of contention.
It's about texture, okay? You've got to get the soft, the stretchy breads still in the centre, yeah? And you've got to get that crisp on the outside. The only way to do that is to do it lightly. There's no other way of doing it. If you do it hard, you're just going to get crumbs everywhere. You're going to get like a constant dry in your mouth. What's to like about it? I don't understand. It's got to be lightly done. It's got to be the point where it's just turning brown.
No, I thought we could be friends. I really thought we could be friends.
This is.
Do you have your toast hot or cold?
What are you on about? Hot.
Okay.
Hot. Yeah.
Okay.
Hot.
Sometimes I like to leave my toast for.
Boy, you don't want
10
it
minutes.
cold and dry and crumbly. What's to like? I don't.
If you do your toast correctly, and then you put your toast, and then you put your butter on, or whatever condiment you want to put on, you could have a jam or a lemon curd. I hate lemon curd, but some people have lemon curd.
Yeah.
And then you let the toast get really cold piece of toast that has melted butter on it.
Again,
is fucking ace.
It's the variation, right? You want the cold jam and the hot toast, no? With butter, right? You put butter on toast.
Yeah.
You want it to melt, right?
The majority of the time, I do have a warm piece of toast.
Okay, good.
That's because I'm really hungry. But if I want a good high quality piece of toast, I go for a number 5.5 Warburton's Toasty.
Very specific.
Toasted
Very
quite
specific.
a lot, and then buttered quite a lot, and then I just leave it there for 10 minutes or so.
Oh.
Have a quick wank over Hailee Steinfeld, and then
move on. I don't know. We need to move on. This is too much for me. It's too much.
We kind of spoke about it earlier, but I feel like we should tweet at a famous person to try and come on to the second podcast, because you never know if this gets enough traction. I originally joked saying Chris Pratt, but I think he's a bit busy with the Endgame press tour right now to come on.
I don't know. Well. I feel like he could take some time out of his schedule for us.
I really don't think so.
We are going somewhere, Ed. You've got to realise
this. We are going somewhere.
And Chris has got to understand this as well. If he doesn't, then he is missing out. Yeah. But this is his big. This is his big break. Okay.
We just watched. You just watched the end of it, but I watched the whole of Guardians of the Galaxy for the
great movie.
For like, I don't know. I've seen it a lot, and I didn't realise how much of an importance it has. It's the first time we actually get an understanding of what Infinity Stones are.
Yeah.
It's the first time that Josh Brolin played Thanos.
Yeah, because he's in the end scene, isn't he?
Well, no, he's not in the end scene of Avengers.
Just him sitting or something.
That was the end. That was the thing
was the
from
first time, wasn't it?
No, that was a different actor at the end of Avengers.
All right.
Turning around. That Thanos played by Josh Brolin we first see in
Guardians.
Yeah. I would say it's the actual start of the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we get the Tesseract from Thor.
And that's a long while ago.
Avengers and stuff, and Captain America and things like that. But it's not really
Loki.
It's not really it's not really the start.
You don't realise it's a Soul Stone though. It's a Soul Stone.
Yeah.
You don't realise, it's
Infinity Stone.
It's Infinity Stone.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Like, I remember watching the first Iron Man and the first Incredible Hulk that came out in that year.
Good times.
Not even realising how important those are. And like, so after Black Panther came out, I rewatched everything to be in time for Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And then they say about Wakanda in Age of Ultron, and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even pick up on that. I didn't even pick up on
it's
that.
the metal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vibranium.
Vibranium. That's my Claw impression.
See, I can't do that.
Vibranium.
Because they're in that club, aren't they?
It's so crazy bananas. Oh fuck! If you haven't seen Black Panther yet, then what are you doing? It's massive. But it's.
I love
the
that.
MCU.
I love that. The universe. Honestly, I followed it all the way through.
I've seen smart. Kevin Feige has done an amazing job. It's unprecedented.
It's been one massive plan, which I love. Like like films years and years before, they've like Vibranium and stuff. They've had this whole theme running throughout, and it's tied the whole films together. I don't know what they're going to do after this, to be honest. But it is amazing.
Well, yeah. Who knows? But I'm sure there'll be. Well, now they've got the Fox stuff, they're probably going to bring in
Fox stuff.
Well, they bought Fox. Disney have bought Fox.
Oh yes, yeah.
And so we're going to get like
Spider-Man and everything like that, isn't it?
Spider-Man owned by Sony. So X-Men
Yes.
and Fantastic Four and all of their villains and stuff are now going to be part of the MCU, possibly. And that means that we could bring, I don't know, I've completely forgotten what his name is, but it's like Galactose or something. It's not Galactose.
Galactose.
Fuck. It's the baddie from Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. It's the Cloud guy. He destroys galaxies. He literally envelops whole planets or something. I've completely forgotten his name.
What was that?
Fill the dead air for a second.
Google. Fantastic Four bad guy.
Galactus.
Close enough.
Galactus is like this crazy banana enveloping crazy
Whole galaxies and stuff.
Yeah,
then,
I think that he's going to be the big bad. Or I don't know.
like under Thanos.
Oh no, they're going to defeat Thanos. They're going to defeat.
Yeah,
Thanos
but is this Galactus? Is he going to be like Thanos' after plan or something?
No, I think Thanos is going to die, and then Galactus
And then
is going to come in.
that's end of his plan. Then,
Yeah.
because Thanos has sent loads of other like Loki and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then Galactus is going to be the next 7 or so years until we get.
I don't know if they can do it again because the best thing.
They're going to do this for the next the next
Yeah,
100
I mean,
years.
it makes the money, so fair enough. But I feel like the best thing about this whole series is I went into it just watching Iron Man and Captain America stuff, just wanting to see that film, not realising
You don't understand, yeah.
that it's a massive, massive plan. And that the whole thing, like with the first Avengers, where Loki's sending through the army and stuff through the portal, that's using an Infinity Stone, the Space Stone,
don't
branching
even
across spaces. And
it makes total sense. It
and
makes
that's-
total sense,
that's-
but you didn't even realise at the time.
Yeah, and Loki is being sent there, you know? Is not just him being evil, which you think about it at the time, just wanted to take over the world. Mm-hmm. It's just distracting the Avengers from the real issue of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And then if Marvel go ahead and make another 7-10 year long series about Galactus being this big mastermind behind it, I feel like I'm just going to start watching it and just see through it. It won't be as good.
Well, I don't know. It's I love a good foreshadow, but foreshadowing normally happens in the space of the movie.
True.
And what we have now is we have foreshadowing
Across
over 4
20
years.
like
Yeah, over 22 movies occasionally. It's amazing what they've done. And I don't think I've told you this. How much of a gamble the MCU was. So back in the 1990s, Marvel lost all of their money basically, so they had to sell their big hitters. They had to sell their Spider-Mans. They had to sell their Hulk. They had to sell their Fantastic Four and their X-Men's to stay afloat.
Yeah.
And they lost the rights to those to make movies on them. And then 2007, they go to this company and say, we want to make this Iron Man and this Hulk movie. We're going to give you the rights to these if they fail. So it was this $80 million gamble. If these movies fail, you can keep those characters forever, and then Marvel would never be able to make a movie again. And now they're all under the one roof. They've got the rights to. Well, they're able to make Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
They've got their X-Men back. They've got their Spider-Man. No, they've got their Fantastic Four back. They've got the Hulk back. Everything is now back under.
And they've made a lot of money out of the series.
They've made a shit ton of money.
22 movies. 22 movies, each making millions, like tens and hundreds of millions.
So I don't know how much that. I think it's like 18 billion as they've made over there.
Goodness me.
But I didn't know this, but Marvel Entertainment is owned by Disney. Disney bought them in 2009 for like
I do know that.
4.2 billion. And so, Disney have a monopoly. I think Jesus fucking Christ. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Everything comes down to the 3 big hitters in my opinion. And that was Fox, Disney, and Universal. And now Disney owns Fox.
I see a lot less Universal. I see
yeah, exactly.
Less
so
Universal.
It is just going to end up being Disney. Everything's going to be Disney.
Yeah.
The top 10 biggest movies of this year are going to be distributed by Disney, in my opinion. Maybe one that wasn't by Disney.
And all of that is just growing Disney further and further.
Yeah, fuck. Well done, Walt.
I mean, but as a consumer,
you can de-Thor now, and then you can see what amazing stuff your company has now done. because I believe that he's currently frozen underneath the castle in Orlando. I think he's cryogenically frozen.
What are you on about?
I think Walt Disney is cryogenically frozen underneath the castle.
Like Han Solo style?
Yeah, I honestly think he's cryogenically frozen, and then he's going to get thawed out in like 10 years and be like, killing animals is not cool, and oh my god, look at my company, look how much we own. I'm amazing.
I would love that.
And then he can die.
Comes out some like big statement.
Have you heard the fan theory? Not the fan theory, but the theory that his last words were Kurt Russell.
No.
You know the actor Kurt Russell?
No.
Right.
Oh gosh.
He's a very famous actor. He was around in like the 90s, I believe. He was Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He was
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Okay. No. I do know his face.
People believe that Walt Disney's last words were Kurt Russell.
Like, get him on the job.
Yeah, or something along those lines.
Goodness me.
It's crazy, and it makes no sense whatsoever, in my opinion. It's just complete bullshit. But
it's a big project, and I didn't realise how much they put at stake at it, but it's definitely paid out for them. I have one more topic.
Okay.
One more topic.
Is it the thing you wanted to talk about yesterday?
It is the thing I mentioned yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring it up yesterday, just an idle chat. I wanted to bring it up on the podcast.
Yeah.
What do you think about Billie Eilish?
Oh.
Singer, not songwriter, singer.
Okay.
Just singer, Billie Eilish.
Right.
What is she, 16? 15? She's really young. Didn't you realise?
What?
Yes. Billie... Apparently she's a singer-songwriter, but I think her brother writes and produces all of the songs. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you've got to be kidding.
She was born in 2001 and she is 17 years old.
Fuck me. Right.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like I should hold back what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say she's hot or anything.
I should have told you later on.
I didn't want to say that she was hot. I was going to say that she...
That's okay, isn't it?
She's a bit wacky looking. In the opinion of, whenever I see someone with ultra dyed hair or acting the way she does in some of her music videos. So... I watched Bury a Friend or whatever.
Yeah. Bury a Friend.
That music video is very weird. She's moving her head around like she's being possessed.
Yeah.
She's got loads of syringes going into the back of her.
Yeah.
It's wacky and out there.
In other music videos, she has like blood pouring out her eyes and stuff like that. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Or like Bad Guy. She's got blood. I quite like her music. I don't like her image. Her image. I think she's... I didn't realise that she was so young. I thought she was like 22, 25. She has a good career ahead of her. She's got such a really strong footing. But she's wacky, and obviously that works for people. It's a very similar thing with 21 Pilots, in my opinion. Like, he paints his neck black,
totally black.
Yeah,
but it's a whole weird. Different look, and it's something that a lot of people dig and go for. And I love his music as well. I love the 21 Pilots, you know, whole image and that. And I just wanted to talk about Billie Eilish because I like her music. I like the tunes. I like the beats. I'm very much into that sort of thing. The words, that's what get to me. Have you listened to like a lot of her songs?
I haven't really done a deep dive.
You see, I've before like last week, I listened to a few of her songs, and you know, liked them pretty well, you know. And last week I just shuffled through all of her songs and that, and some of the stuff that came up, she was like, some of the lyrics, she was saying like, I want to end me, over and over. I want to end me, I want to end me, I want to end me, over and over and over again. And I mean, she's 17 now, but a lot of the stuff she was singing at like 16, 15 years old. I think like when her really popular one, what was that? But I think she wrote that when she was like 15. So she's really young when she's singing that, and she's singing these sorts of things, and I just...
But there are very mature people. There are very mature, younger people out there.
Yeah. But you just think about like mental health and stuff.
Well,
I mean,
it's very easy to say words and not believe them.
Yeah, it might be just this big front and persona to like a bit of an out there image, you know, as like an edgy 14-year-old. But even just singing those words and and having those words associated with you, I think even that just sort of affects your mental health, no?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, even if they aren't truly from you
But
and you don't truly believe them, just singing them and having that as your image must get to you a bit, right?
I'm inclined to believe. I'm inclined to not believe you, but agree with you.
Yeah.
But it depends on who is making you say those words. You said that her brother.
I'm pretty sure I mean, don't get me, like, I might be totally wrong, but her brother, I think, is an established producer and stuff, and that's how she got her music out, and he wrote her music and wrote the tunes, and I don't know about the words, but maybe they did it together, I don't know.
If it's him making her say those words, or them collaborating on her saying those words, that's the kind of music she wants to make. That's how she wants to be creative.
Yeah.
That's how she wants to express her feelings.
It is her music.
Then that's fine.
Yeah.
Her music could just be from a bigwig saying, we're going to give you this shit tons of music, but you're going to have to say stuff like this. Fucking say these words. Say these words, sing these words, act like how I want you to act. Then that will fuck your head.
Yeah.
But if you are part of the creative process, then I think she's doing an excellent job, and it's obviously not too bad on her.
Well,
but obviously this could all
I hope so.
flip. This could all flip. But if you are part of the creative process, then I think you have the opportunity to say, I'm not comfortable with this. But if
if it's your brother as well, you sort of have that connection. And,
yes, exactly. So it'd be fine.
I mean, her persona, you'd imagine that she might stand up to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And do what she wants, hopefully.
Well, she seems like a very mature person, so even if it is a big wig and she feels uncomfortable, she hopefully will say something. Like you see some 16-year-olds and they'll just go along with anything. I've definitely seen. You've heard the stories of a 16-year-old meeting a YouTuber that they idealise. And then they go into their bedroom because they feel like they can't say no.
Yeah.
But Billy seems like she's got her head tied on. I can't believe she's that young.
She's singing about such serious stuff as well.
Well,
and her music videos and everything like that.
But you can. Sometimes you are that young and you are just that mature that you can talk about stuff like that. Like sometimes you are just so mature for your age. And obviously, she is, in my opinion, from an outsider's view, she has her head screwed on. Like, I've seen a couple of interviews with her on Ellen.
Yeah.
I did not make the connection that she was that young, because even in the way she was talking, not like even thinking about her music, the way she's talking, she seems older than I am. And but I'm a fairly immature 20-year-old. I've only recently had to think about the things for myself, and I think it's very enlightening. I am very happy with the change I've had mentally since I've had to live by myself. And
go to university.
Be
your own.
Be away from my parents and think about things for myself. It's a very enlightening thing. For example, when I go to Bath and places like that, I get high and I talk to people. I have this friend.
No way.
That we talk about random shit and I can say my actual opinion, not what my parents have told me about things. So someone will explain it and then I say my opinion of it.
Yeah, of course.
Which is something that
you hadn't done before.
I hadn't done before because I would just do what my mum has told me.
Yeah.
And I'd believe whatever mum had told me was the right answer.
And Billie Eilish might not have... I can kind of see her like having an older brother who knows what he's doing, is a producer, writes songs and stuff, and Billie Eilish, younger sister, has a great voice. I can see he's sort of bringing her out of her shell and stuff and being more creative with herself.
Well, maybe she came
which
to
you
him.
Weren't when you were 18.
Yeah. Well, she might have come to him and be like...
Maybe so.
But obviously, hopefully, they would have had a very similar upbringing. And so they're basically going to be a carbon copy of each other.
So you totally support Billie Eilish's image and songs and...
I don't personally understand it.
Yeah.
She's allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a lot more than 17-year-olds.
I'm not a massive fan of you. I'm not a massive fan of wacky people.
Yeah, neither.
But I like Bad Guy. I think that's a really good song, and it's quite upbeat, in my opinion.
Oh, right, yeah. That as well is quite dark as well.
Well, yeah, if you actually get down to it, then yeah.
Yeah.
But she's the start of it is a joke about having to wear a retainer, and she seems really funny.
Switched on.
Yeah. I think we're repeating ourselves now.
I think we are. But there is one song that I came across which I was really excited and not like... I guess I shouldn't have been surprised in hindsight. But there is one song called "My Strange Addiction."
Okay.
And try and guess. She had moments from a certain show in there. Try and guess what show that was from. Like recordings of the show. She took quotes of the characters saying those quotes. She took the recording from that and put it into her song throughout the song and made a song around it.
I don't know. I'm drawing a complete blank. I can't even think about things.
The Office.
What?
She's got quotes from The Office throughout her song.
Why?
Called My Strange Addiction.
What?
And when I first heard it, I couldn't believe it. And I was like jumping about.
Why?
I love The Office, by the way. And Ed's weirdly
Parks and Rec.
love Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. It's way forward.
But she's got like the very start of a song. It introduces and says as a quote. There's a film in The Office called Threat Level Midnight. Heard about it?
No.
It's a little jokey, terrible film that Michael Scott makes.
Okay.
A really cheesy song, and it's got like the introduction to that film in the introduction to her song before she starts singing.
Right.
And then midway through, as part of the beat, it has again quotes from The Office. I was in just amazement. I loved it. I had to show it, like I was with Dan at the time, Saunders.
I don't get that at all.
But again, that's that whole like edgy 14-year-old vibe. No.
I don't know.
I just had to bring it up.
I think that was a really interesting discussion about her attitude in her songs.
It's very, I don't know. Is it controversial? It's out there.
There's definitely more controversial things. For example, "Love It If We Made It" by the 1975. How
is that controversial?
It's all about it's about the crazy things that the world allows. For example, Donald Trump being president. It's got some really crazy stuff lines in it. Shooting heroin.
Yeah.
Babies dying on the beach.
Yeah.
Suffocating black men.
Yeah. I mean,
this is all in the first verse.
Right. Okay. A controversial song which brings up the topics of controversy.
Of controversy. For example, you'd never get something like Shawn Mendes.
No. This is just like love songs and stuff.
Girl, I wanna choke you.
This is where we start singing.
I can sing. By the way, if you ever want to hire me for like any
email.
Yeah, any social
Weddings.
events. I sang for a friend of mine for her birthday in a lecture.
Oh yeah, right. No, I've got video proof. If you know.
Wow, I don't know how we're going to get that in podcast form, but we'll find a way. We'll find a way for you, listener of unnamed
beauty. You are beautiful. Okay, listen to this. Thank you.
Well, fuck. That's a weird thing to end on. Calling them beautiful.
If they made it this far.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you.
I think we should have a wrap up. We've had over an hour now. An hour and it's been an hour and 8 minutes. We'll probably cut half of this out. But this, as I said, this is a trial run. This might be just a raw piece of.
We may not even upload this.
We may not even upload it. This might be for us. Maybe the audio fucked. Who knows?
And what?
I think we should cut it here.
Yeah.
So if we do upload this, thank you for listening. Email riceandhowlett@gmail.com.
Any
with
questions, queries?
Queries. Yeah. What the name of the podcast should be, and
your name as well, the listener's name.
No, that's okay. Well, okay.
Ideas. We need ideas. Come on.
All right. Okay.
Ricelet or
yeah,
it's either that or Ricelet.
Yeah. Fucking help us, please. So.
Yeah.
Name.
Sorry, I put you off.
Name of the listeners, and also tweet at. So we're going to get Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I like Chris Pratt.
Let's try and get Chris Pratt on the next episode or over the next couple of episodes. So we will tweet at him, and you should too. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.